right. If you're logged in, you're watching Arvin and I stuff our face with free cupcakes.
I'm like, wait a minute, are we coming back? Because I'm not done eating here. When a girl offers you her cupcake, you don't say no.
You know what? Today is election day. We're at a local college. Mike's not here, so we can pick on him because, you know, he's a bleeding heart and he wants to save the whole world. And
that's because he's a moron.
I'm trying to get some updates here. I was hoping that we find out. Apparently, they're talking about there's long lines all over the place. You know, people are freezing in other parts of the country. We're over here in LA.
What's funny is Mikey's Puerto Rican, born and raised. He sent us pictures, or he showed us pictures, I'm assuming of his family members that took pictures out there. There was lines, I can't even say down the street because the whole island is just a street. But they can't even vote for a president. So what the hell are the lines for?
Dude, in Puerto Rico, elections are a big deal. People really enjoy
But you can't vote for a president.
No, I know, but
they have their own issues.
Because we're a Commonwealth. We have a governor, and we have a Senate, and we have a House, and we have mayors.
And in that house, the entire island lives in it.
Right.
All right.
So politics is big down there, just like a lot of Latin American countries. But it is a national holiday. People do not go to work strictly because they take over the streets, man. You can't drive around. You can't do anything. But
you know what? I think we need a third party. Because one side says that that the other side is too liberal, that the other one's too... I can't even think of the word. What about if we had a third party that was right down the middle?
They've tried. The problem is, though, that you can't get them to unify.
Well, I think the last time it was done successfully, or maybe not even successfully because he didn't win, but he did it because he had enough money and he basically funded his entire campaign, was Ross Perot.
Right, and he was a pretty good candidate that year to bring to light other issues that I know people were talking about, but the major parties were not really going to talk about. So he was good for bringing up.
Do you think he was just trying to get his message out, or he was really trying to win?
I think he was really trying to win. The problem is to do a good third party.
Yeah, thank you.
The problem is not so much getting a third party. In order for it to work, you got to get enough members into Congress and into governorships and into other public office around the nation where your voice can really be heard. Look at the Tea Party. The Tea Party, they made a lot of noise. They got quite a few people getting elected into Congress, but they don't have any governorships. They don't have any other meaningful offices. So they're never going to be able to put a Tea Party candidate for president in that fashion. It would take 20, 30 years of a third party just kind of building their brand.
So you know what that means? That means you got to start small, start local, and work your way up.
No, absolutely.
And that's the one thing I've been saying. We need to get Phil into local office because we need to get him into the White House.
Yeah, that's what you want.
We need to blow out the existing doors at the White House right now, do them extra large just to get Phil into there.
Hey, you know what? If Mitt Romney was to win today, God forbid.
You know what?
Again, that's just my opinion.
The voting for Mitt Romney is like for those people that are still using MySpace. It's just a waste of a vote.
But if he was to win, Phil has a shot of running because he ran with basically not laying out any of his plans. It was just trust me. Oh, you want to see my tax returns? Oh, you get just two. You want to know this? Or you get just that. So Phil can actually hide a lot of his. Should we call
Phil? I don't want to hide it. I don't want to hide it.
Phil can hide the sun if you just stand behind him.
I don't want to hide it, okay? Hey, quit making fun of my ass. I don't want to hide it, man. I'm saying that that's the problem. That there are so many issues that nobody wants to deal with.
But you know what? Mitt Romney is so much on both sides of the fence, it's ridiculous. You know, one day you could be one thing, the other day he's on another thing.
In between breaths, you're going to stuff your face with popcorn and cupcakes?
So now you're going to talk with a mouthful of popcorn.
I haven't had breakfast. I'm hungry. I see a friend, Tone's van over there with some pizza making its way this way. I'm pull in front of it.
Lord.
But anyways, yeah, he's been so back and forth on everything that if you're a woman, if you're black, if you're gay, if you're just about anything except for a white male, he's offended.
I think we got a Romney lover here. You offended him.
No.
No.
No, I want to hear you guys.
Oh, okay.
I want to hear how bad.
Well, we're not. I guess very political, but you know.
You can put the headphones.
You can put.
No.
Okay, but yeah, I mean, again, unless you're a white male, I think he's offended everybody, and I'd have no idea why anybody would vote for Romney.
I disagree, though, because, again, you think that people have actually taken the time to make a thought. That's the problem. I think people...
Again, he's been so far on both sides of the fence that I think if what would be the word?
Arvin, I'm not sure it mattered.
No, the problem is he's appealing to the low information voter, that damn Fox News watcher that only can talk about
the one that shouldn't be voting.
They can only talk about talking points and headlines, but they have no clue on how the issues really work.
The problem is, though, most people are going to ask themselves the question that got Reagan elected. Am I better today than I was 4 years ago? They don't care about the journey. They want to know where they're at now.
I don't know, but if Mitts and anti-Mitts ever met, the world would implode.
What the hell kind of name is Mitt, anyways?
I don't know, man. I didn't name
Does that make him a catcher?
4 balls, 2 bats, and 1 mitt.
So
I guess you never saw that episode.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah,
2.5 Men. Yeah.
Think of it. Don't forget, his real name is Willard.
Yeah, Willard Mitt Romney.
So it's Willard and Barry.
Yep.
Willard and Barry.
Well, Barry.
That could be an ice cream brand. Willard and Barry.
That should be a 1970s "I Love You, Babe" group of some sort.
Did you go vote this morning?
I voted by mail and I voted for Rockwell.
Outstanding.
There you go.
There you go.
The reason why is because when it comes down to it, the number one thing is the.
You sure? There you go. You got to pick up the mic.
Come on, you got an opinion. Tell us. Share it with everybody.
All right. The reason why I voted for Barack Obama wasn't because of the taxes or because of anything. It's because of the courts. Because when it comes down to it, there's only 2 things that's going to be I'm looking at. Roe v. Wade. If Romney goes in and one of the Democratic justices go out, he's going to nominate a conservative justice.
Right.
And then Roe v. Wade will be overturned. And also on top of that, I am against Citizens United because it gives too much power to the corporations.
Right.
And if we have, let's say there's one more, let's say that there is one less conservative, one more liberal, and one who's actually progressive in the issue of finance, that it would be overturned.
Right. So you see, so you're not a Fox News watcher. It's just you actually read on some of these issues. But he's absolutely right. The Supreme Court is the biggest reason not to vote for Romney, because the Supreme Court has taken powers that was never granted to it by the Constitution and have basically run this country for a good number of years.
Very true. And besides, it's supposed to be the non-biased fact checker. And it has been the most biased fact checker you'll ever see.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what?
Very smart guy right here.
Today just brings up a very interesting question.
Who are you and why are you here?
No, we'll never be able to answer that one on me. But everybody we've talked to, including you, has been very intelligent and actually seems very informed.
We're out of college. I would hope so.
What the hell is wrong with the rest of America?
That's why they're not in school. This young man's trying to better himself. What's your major?
Right now I'm going for an anthropology major.
Outstanding.
Even though before I was a computer science major.
Why'd you switch?
Well, when it comes down to it, my love of computers was only for repair. And when it comes to anthropology, I'm more of a, I like doing archaeological work.
Okay.
1 and 2, you want to learn about your past. And when people understand their past, you can now say, this is what happened. And now let's use it as reference for the future.
Okay.
So you want to study cavemen? There's one right here. We'll give you his info up here, and you can call him.
Homo
Yes, you're right.
You're
He's
right.
a homo. He knows you already, man.
Be,
We're trying to get him to come out of the closet, but he hasn't taken us up on our offer yet.
Hey, I'm still playing with my bones in the closet.
Well, but the thing is, you also have to remember Homo heidelbergensis, which is like 7'1". That's the tallest one we've.
So that's like
we're
Shaq.
guessing at average height.
So that's Shaq.
That's Shaq.
That was average height at one time?
That was we may have guessed it, and they were short-lived for some odd reason. Now, of course, I'm using what I've learned, so it's not. So if someone goes out and fact checks and says, "Well, that's the maximum height we've seen, but the minimum height is like what and what." Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for coming by, man. Appreciate it.
Have a great day.
Have a great day. And we have had some people that they're not dumb by any means.
No, I mean,
I gotta say, Phil, that as soon as I saw him, I thought that was a little Phil right there.
Whoa! All right, for those of you that are logged in and watching us live, here are the current. Alan, is this current? This is the projection.
Yeah, those are projections.
This is the projections right now. Let's see who's still. Let me see. We're showing 259 to 237, and it's still coming down to the wire. I don't know that.
It's not porn, bro.
Hey, but he voted this morning.
I know, he voted. There you go,
Good
man.
job. You want to talk?
All right.
So this is an actual number election. This is no longer a poll.
No, this is projections.
These are projections as it stands right now. None of the states have been called, but it's all based on exit polling.
The first polls close at.
There's nothing like a good exit polling.
4 o'clock our time is when the first ones close, and that's going to be interesting because that's when Virginia should be able to call who won over there, and that's one of the swing states.
In about 3 hours.
Yeah, in about
3 hours. The first. Alan, can you pull up that the electoral map again?
So basically, it's going to be an interesting thing. I mean, we were talking off air, Phil and I, because Arvin doesn't really know much, but
no, I'm usually there, but I'm sleeping.
No, we're talking about the fact that I told him that I don't think there's going to be a concession speech until at least noon tomorrow. You believe it's going to be further out?
I'm concerned that it's going to be further out. I mean, when we start looking at states, I mean, even here on the projections, if I read this correctly, what do we have? The undecided still, I mean, we're looking at Colorado. We're looking at
New Mexico?
New Mexico.
Hey, I know my state.
Who's that one there?
I'm going to say that's Jersey Shore.
Pennsylvania.
New York.
No, I'm sorry, that was Ohio.
That's Ohio?
Yeah. So you basically, if you look at it, if this was to hold true and we're just waiting on the swing states, Obama needs 11 more votes to be reelected. Romney needs
I'm going to go out on a limb, and I'm going to call it right now on air.
Okay, what are you going to call it?
Roseanne Barr is not going to win.
You know what was amazing, dude? When I went into that voting booth this morning and I opened that, and that was the first name because it's done alphabetically. Her name was the first one, Roseanne Barr.
How do you get on that? I want to put my name in.
Well, no, but she's actually affiliated with one of the parties. What is the Green Party now?
Yeah, and they nominated her, and they followed all the paperwork, and they paid all the fees because you got to pay to get
how much you have to pay?
I've heard it could be as little as $3,000 per state.
Oh, per state?
Yeah,
I'm out.
You got to be.
I'm out.
It could be more, could be less, but it's an average.
Yeah, but you figure you get the right donor. I mean, it's a couple $1 million to get it all done. It's nothing to them.
Right.
It's a tax write-off?
Of course.
I would do it, but then I would go before that and change my name legally to none of the above.
You're a freaking moron.
And I guarantee you I'd be elected, man.
You probably would. But you know what?
President above.
Did you guys hear, and again, I was watching the news last night, which I hardly ever do, but apparently there's a whole new scam going on, and I think it's geared towards the elderly, to where they were calling them and letting them know that they can vote by phone.
Yeah.
And the other one is it's ridiculous how many dead people are voting this year.
Well, another one was in a lot of Republican districts I'm not going to even say it, I'll Google it, and next week on the show I'll correct it, but they were sending into minority districts, black, Hispanic, they were sending the ballots and the booklets with all the initiatives with the wrong date. Voting date, it was 11, they put November 8th.
What?
So you have all these communities getting a pamphlet to go vote on the 8th.
So this is complete fear that Obama would win.
Well, it is a big deal, and you figure, again, like I said, the way today's going to go, you got people divided. I'm personally tired of the polls. I am very much looking forward to seeing how this plays out. I think either way the outcome goes, the next 4 years are going to be interesting any way you slice it.
Yep, it's going to be. And
if Romney wins, I hope December 21st is actually true. Because I won't be able to deal with it.
You know what's amazing? The Vegas odd makers are giving Obama the win, but they're already projecting for 2016. And the top ones are Biden, Clinton, and I believe they have still Romney there if he loses. They think he may try to make another run for it.
I mean, 2016, the rumblings I hear is that Hillary would be one of the candidates there. And I don't know, man, I think she'd beat Biden.
Yeah, but then you have Biden. If they get reelected, he's a sitting vice president with 2 terms under his belt. I mean, who knows how that's going to play out.
We need a brown president.
Now, Hillary Clinton has been doing a hell of a job as Secretary of State, man.
Yes, she has.
That woman has just worked her ass off, dude. And Bill Clinton has been working his ass off trying to get Obama reelected, man. So
we need a brown president.
Sweet Lord. Anyways, it's going to be a great election day.
All right, we're looking forward to it. Alan's going to send us a break here. You're listening to the Three Guys Rant.
We'll
be right back.